Yo, what is going on? And it's finally time. I'm nearly done it. I'm nearly through. I've nearly completed the game. I know there's an update tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to unlock a lot more shit. But I am one achievement away from completely unlocking everything in the game so far. And the Scorched Acres update is out tomorrow, which means I have to do the side by tonight. But that's fine. That's fine. That's easy. Today we're talking about the Long Road achievement, which is the 57 leaf clover item, I believe. I'm just going to give you a few tips and tricks on how to make it a bit easier, what I found worked, what doesn't necessarily work too well, or just, yeah, basically just going to get you this achievement. Takes a while, not going to lie, it took me fucking time, but it's fine. Not like because it's difficult, just because it takes a lot of time. But yeah, let's go. Right, so my plan here is just to run through can't speak today for some reason. Run through a few things that will sort of make this achievement a bit easier. And the first thing is play on drizzle, you know, be a scrub. You don't have to, obviously, play whatever difficulty you want, but it will make it significantly easier because, well, it's the easiest difficulty. And if you're just going for the achievement, no real reason to make it difficult on yourself. Like, you can always do the run again after you've unlocked the item on a harder difficulty if you want, but I would suggest playing on drizzle. But the cars outside today are bare loud. Can't even hear myself. Right, next. Use a character you're comfortable with. Any character is alright to do this achievement with. Just play someone you're comfortable with. I personally like the engineer for this achievement. I think it has good abilities to mow down the bosses. Good at healing if you build into it. The drawback is speed, but you can always build around that, and it makes this achievement quite easy to get because you don't really need to be near the teleporter because you can just put down your turrets and let them do all the work. Lazy. That's all. It's efficient and lazy. Another thing you can do to make it a bit easier is if you play it on multiplayer, although it does make the bosses more difficult, I believe. You're on the easiest difficulty, there'll be two of you, and if one of you does die, it still means one can still try and fight and get through. Otherwise, you're really relying on Dio's best friend for that one extra life. If you do play multiplayer, just think about the characters you're both picking. So if you pick an engineer who is still good in multiplayer, I like them, maybe pick someone that sort of is the opposite to them, like the huntress, whereas they're a bit more speedier. The engineer is slower. I wouldn't really personally pick up backup mag on like an engineer, but I think it's a great item on huntress for the glaive. And just try and don't go for two of the same because you'll be both hunting for the same items, and that makes it a bit more difficult, as me and my friend found out. Because you're like, oh, I want that, no, but that's good on this character, no, that's good on that, no, shut up, shut up. That's what happens. Nah, I don't mean to point out the obvious, but the achievement's called the fucking Long Road, isn't it? So make sure you allot some time to do this achievement. Like, it's not going to be a short one. You're not going to be banging it out in 20 minutes. Don't know if it's even possible, because 20 stages means 20 teleporters. It takes a good amount of time, so make sure, you know, you've got some snacks, bottle of liquid, you know, pan, if you need a piss, I don't know. Just have enough time and be prepared to be doing this achievement for a while. For a while. Now, the best method, or the method I preferred to use, was use around 5 minutes per map. So normally, because it's on drizzle, you go straight to the teleporter. Who the fuck is outside? Shut up. You can spend about 2 minutes doing the teleporter, killing the boss, and then it gives you about 3 minutes to go around, pick up all the chests you can find, get as many items you can. As you're on the way to the teleporter, look around, try and get a good grasp where like the large chests are, maybe any multi-shop terminals that you might have an item that you want to get, and try and finish each teleporter or map in 5 minutes. Next, what I'm going to say sounds a bit weird, but try and like plan your run. Like, think about what you're trying to build, where you're trying to go with it. Use terminals to get the stuff that you really want or want to try and build into. Like, as you can see from the start of my run, I started with a banging lineup. I got a uke. Music was electric from the start, man. From the start. I got the head start, the head STV2, whatever it's called, which really helped with my maneuverability as a engineer. I got a Kajara band. And I also got a soulbound catalyst. So the second I picked up the soulbound catalyst, I was like, right, I'm going for an equipment run. Like, I prioritized all the equipment chests I could see, I tried finding them on the map before going to the next place, because I wanted to have a really good equipment build. That also meant I bought all the lunar pods I could find, hoping to get Gestures of the Drowned, and all in all it worked out. As you can see, I got quite lucky. I managed to get 2 Gestures of the Drowned from pods. I had my Soulbound Catalyst, I got a Royal Capacitor and a couple fuel cells on top of that, and it made the run extremely easy because it was pumping out a lot of damage and would just keep proccing over and over again. And at one point I just had like 10 whole seconds of just a lightning bolts raining down, killing everything, and it worked. Like my plan to build into the equipment worked. I got lucky. Like, there's always going to be a bit of luck with things like this, but I made it my goal to sort of go for the equipment and to get the good items like that. And I was going to go to a Newtwater and go to the blue portal to see if there was any Gestures of Drowned in the shop, but luckily I didn't have to do that because I got them from pods instead. Seeing as I'm already sort of speaking about equipment, this is just a good time to mention that I actually found an early radar scanner. It's actually quite a useful item. I never thought I'd ever say that in my life, but an early radar scanner just means that you can be at the teleporter, use it once, find out where all the locations are on the map, so you can sort of go to the place that has the biggest cluster of question marks, which hopefully be all the like large chests or shops and stuff like that. Then obviously as you progress, you may want to speed rush to get to Rally Point Delta to get the Prion accumulator. It's pretty useful for like the next 5 stages after that, and eventually you kind of want to work into a Royal Capacitor, just because for me it is the best piece of equipment. Really low cooldown, high amount of damage, and if you can get any fuel cells or, you know, Soulbound Catalyst, really helps in the later stages of the game. Lastly then, and I think we're on to lastly, can't think of any other sort of tips or just general advice to give you while trying to do this long road achievement. One thing, don't fuck with overloading magma worms. They hurt. They battered me. I had Dia's best friend, luckily. It literally put down 2 turrets, boom, dead. And I was like, that's fine, I could stood next to it. A split second, dead. Don't fuck with them. They hurt. Alright? And then on my 20th stage, I got 3 of them on the map, and I'm like, well, can I actually do this? Like, is this possible? Because they hurt. They're not fun. They're difficult. Not good. However, going back to the equipment advice I said about the Royal Capacitor, I believe. Now, I have looked back at footage, and I thought it was happening while I was playing, but I couldn't really tell. But I think if you have, similar to if you have a magma worm straight up and you die through it as a mercenary, you do a shit ton of damage. Likewise, I think if you hit a magma worm that is straight with a Royal Capacitor, it just kills it in one shot, because it basically travels down the whole thing, hits every single part of it, and it just dies. Because it happened a couple of times, I was like, well, he just fell out the sky at full health. So, another reason why you should definitely get a Royal Capacitor, because fuck overloaded magma worms. Swear to God, someone's cutting their grass. You can probably hear this on the mic. Apologies, but it's my final little outro bit. It's not really a guide. I would say it's more just tips and general advice, because it's hard to make a guide on achievement like this, because it depends run to run. Sometimes you might get lucky, sometimes you might not. All I can say is be persistent, keep trying it, follow some of the steps that I've mentioned. Hopefully they help in some way. Hopefully it will get you better and thinking more about your builds and how to progress quickly through the levels to get the achievement. If you'd like to know anything more, just drop a comment down below. I'll happily answer, maybe make a video on it. If you think there's anything that I've said that's wrong, let me know. I like learning about this game, love this game, and with a new update coming out, I want to know as much as possible before I jump straight into that. So yeah, any comments are welcome. Like, subscribe, dislike if you didn't like it. Don't know what other things there are to do on YouTube. Watch it again, give me another view, safe. Yeah, hope this tips or guides helped in some way, and as always, good out.